Welcome, everybody, to New Orleans and the iconic Caesars Superdome, the long-term home of the All-State Sugar Bowl, which this year, of course, is part of the college football playoff. We've reached the semifinal stage, one last hurdle to clear before that national championship game. And today we're going to find out who's got the toughness and the depth to continue their drive and keep championship dreams alive. As we'll see the number 5 seed in this playoff, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the top-seeded team in the playoff, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined by Kirk Herbstreit. It's been a tremendous college football playoff so far, and it's down to this, the semifinals. Which team will head on to the national championship game? Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. Catch made, a lot of space now. And a huge gain before he's forced out of bounds. Big yardage to set up a fresh set of downs.
Boy, nice job here by this offense, creating an opportunity for this receiver to excel after the catch. It's early in this game, so this defense better get their arms around this receiver because he could be a monster today.
Receiver makes the catch. Brought down, but the completion moves the ball to the 6. Defense getting pushed back.
Boy, nice drag route here, and I thought the patience by the quarterback was the key. Puts it in front of his receiver, gives him a chance to make the catch, and picks up a little bonus. Nice yards after the catch.
The offense in scoring position with a new set of downs. They'll try and run it with the fullback. He'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
Chris, you don't see it often, but how much do I love seeing that fullback get a touchdown. He blocks all the time. They rarely give him a chance to get his hands on the ball, and when he does, he's rewarded with 6 points.
Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. And the fullback takes a turn running the football. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Watching this guy run makes me think of a famous old coach once said, any player on my team, I want him to be agile, mobile, and definitely hostile.
Give it to the big fullback here. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Let's face it, we all want a team full of guys that can just make big plays and get first downs and touchdowns. But you know what? You got to have a big man. You can just turn it to him and hand him the ball, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
Looks downfield and connects with a wide-open wide receiver. Personal foul. You cannot make contact with the quarterback after that throw. That'll cost the defense. First down here for this offense. Here's a carry for the fullback. Just runs through a man, a mismatch. He'll be muscled out of bounds, very close to the goal line.
Man, that is a good chunk of yardage picked up by the big guy. Sometimes you don't need a whole lot of space created for a fullback. He can simply make his own way.
So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, LSU. He just goes up and over the pile for that touchdown.
Man, that's some serious vertical by this running back. A well-earned touchdown on the goal line.
And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. Remember, last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or will the defense come up with a stop? Defense makes the tackle on the ball carrier.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Second down after that previous play. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Delivers from the pocket, complete over the middle. Defense makes the stop very close to a first down.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down, but instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Looks like LSU has the first down.
Here's a great example of a back knowing where he needed to go on this play, and he didn't mess around. Got between the tackles and earned every single yard.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
Well, it's great to see this quarterback from LSU make that throw and put it right on the money to pick up that first down. And I think that's the big thing that LSU fans want to see is consistency from the quarterback position. There have been moments where you've seen that. There have been other moments where they've been asking for more out of their quarterback. So you had the Burrow moment in 2019 that was historic, one of the best we've ever seen in the sport. But now you want to see throws like this and be a great complement to that running game, and then you become a complete package and a real threat in the SEC.
Take it down, but not before he makes the first down.
Chris, it feels good to see an LSU team be able to run the football when you know they're going to run. I mean, they've been doing that forever, all the way back to like Jacob Hester and Kevin Falk. His ability to run the ball and catch out of the backfield. Leonard Fournette. Of course, Clyde Edwards-Helaire on that great 2019 team. And now, LSU stable of backs again on this roster, too.
And he's brought down, but there is a penalty marker out there. Let's check out this call.
Hold it.
So the holding penalty in the offense backs him up 10 yards. Penalty sets him back, makes it 1st and long. From the shotgun, drops back. And it's incomplete. Even on a first down throw, he was under some heavy pressure.
And you got to love this if you're a defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
So 2nd down after the incompletion. And he'll set up to throw. Fires it to the wideout. And it's incomplete as he just overthrew his receiver that time.
That ball just seemed to sail on him. You got to make sure to give your receiver a chance to be able to come down with a catch and bounce, because in today's game, man, these receivers make catches like this all the time. And if you put the ball out of bounds, you're not going to give them that opportunity.
So the ball at midfield, now the offense facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Down he goes, a sack.
Interesting call here by the defense in their dime set with 6 defensive backs. Instead of manning up and applying pressure on the receivers, they sit back. Make it tougher on the quarterback. Make him have to read their zone coverage. He gets confused and allows the defensive line to get to the quarterback.
Punt team ready to boot it away. A low line drive, ugly punt. And this will be down just inside. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. They're trying to build on their lead. They were forced to punt on the last possession. And they heave it deep downfield. That falls incomplete. An aggressive deep shot on 1st down.
You know, the game often comes down to a play or two, and the offense just missed a huge opportunity for a big play. They're going to have to make some adjustments there, and maybe go back to that play and see if they can come up with a big opportunity.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. It's a quick grab. He's not going to get the first down. It's fourth down.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the first down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this fourth down and short.
Here we go. The coach rolling the dice. 4th and 1 in his own territory. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Here we go on 4th down. Stopped short of the 25, but it's enough to move the sticks. And the clock stops now for the 2-minute warning. A chance to strategize here before we reach halftime. LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Looks over the middle, and that's complete.
It's an easy completion for the quarterback, finding his receiver just dragging underneath coverage.
And completion makes it 2nd and short. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Catch made across the middle by the running back. They bring him down, but not before he gains first down yardage.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything seems to be working. The coordinator is calling good plays. The quarterback and the rest of his receivers and running backs are executing. And frankly, this defense is showing almost no resistance.
First down, looking to throw the football. And looking for a big play here. Defense breaks it up. Nice play. Incomplete.
Most offensive coaches will be happy taking those 50-50 shots against man coverage, but I'm curious to see if they're going to test this DB again after that coverage.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Under heavy pressure, he takes a shot. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down. So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. And he fires the football to the right side. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. They bring him down after a short return, but the takeaway sets up the offense near midfield.
I'm going to give the defensive coordinator a tip of the cap here. They went with dime coverage with 6 defensive backs, which gives them a lot more speed on the field. And with those defensive backs, they're able to play better in space. They recognize the ball, step in front of it for a nice.
Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. Here comes a first down pass attempt. He'll take a deep shot here. That's the 3rd pick tonight thrown by this QB. It's a big return off the INT. They steal their offensive possession.
Wow, a risky call by the offensive coordinator, playing with the lead in the playoff in the 2nd half, throwing the football. I don't disagree with it, but now you give this defense a chance to create a turnover, and they capitalize here with the pick.
The first play of this drive now, they're set up at the 34. Handoff here from the shotgun. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the mark, inches away.
Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options. That playbook can really open up on 2nd and inches.
Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down.
The defense sits back in a zone coverage. Good job here by the quarterback, recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a first down.
They get him down, but that's a solid gain.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a third down. Backs line up on either side of the quarterback. They'll try to pick up the third down yardage on the ground. And they stop him. I think it's short of the first down.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
They've already converted once on fourth down this game. Let's see if they can make it 2 for 2. A handoff from the shotgun. That moves the football inside the 40, and it's another first down.
It makes sense going for it here. You're kind of in that no man's land, depending on how much faith you have in your kicker. And if you don't get it, your opponent still has a ways to go. Now you pick it up, and you can go get a touchdown.
And the defense smothers him for no gain.
This is a great job of being prepared by this defense, almost anticipating this play. They're in position to bring him down for a loss.
Offense lines up. This is the 7th play now in this drive. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Caught quickly. Finding some room at the 25. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. Will take the lead in the second half.
Oh, what a play. Man, this defense, they better watch out for this tight end today. It's proven right there how easily he can slip behind and get lost in coverage. And if that happens, this quarterback's going to find him and make you pay.
And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
Simple pitch and catch on the drag route. Quarterbacks love these routes because they're short throws, but those yards after the catch kind of pad your stats.
He tosses it back. Here's the throw deep downfield. And the pass caught inside the 15. No stopping him. Takes it all the way. Touchdown, Tigers. As the flea flicker executed perfectly, we're seeing more and more of this in college football, Kirk.
Yeah, and it's just one of those gadget plays you like to have in your arsenal. The defense, in this case, they were sucked up and completely out of position after that initial handoff. It allowed the receiver to get behind the coverage and make it for an easy touchdown pass.
Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. From the shotgun, handoff inside. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Boy, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They bring him down quickly. A short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker.
Chris, it's another nice pickup through the air. I thought they might be really just out to run the football here with the lead. But instead, they're electing to throw the football. Different routes, quarterbacks in rhythm. Really, it's almost an extension of their passing game.
They've converted both previous fourth down attempts, so why not try to make it 3 for 3? Ball handed off. Tackle inside the 40, and it's good enough for a first down.
Chris, we're starting to see a theme here develop for this offense. They are willing to take chances and go for it on fourth down. That's the third time that they've gone for it, and they've made it all 3 times.
They feed the fullback this time. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Might have thought they could catch the defense off guard by running the fullback there, but they were all over it.
Yeah, that's a great job by this defense of just showing their instincts and awareness here. Like you said, not being fooled at all. They slip it to the fullback, and he doesn't get any yards at all. In fact, he goes backwards. Good job by the D.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. They've got him to sack for the defense.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
And at 4th down, they'll punt it away here. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. Forced to punt last time, trying to add points, build the lead right here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, it's dropped off the tip by the defense there. It's going to bring up 2nd down.
Some players just have a real knack for timing their jump, and that defender was able to get a big paw on the ball and bat it away.
Incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Quarterback drops back. He slings this one deep down the left side. They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there, but now it's 3rd down.
Love this aggressive mindset from the quarterback and offensive coordinator. Found the matchup that you wanted, take a shot downfield. You don't hit it, but you made the defense be aware of it.
Looks to the left, pass caught. Tackle, but first down. They bring him down, but the veteran quarterback shows off that trademark arm strength.
Well, I'd love to see this late in a game like this with the lead. Get aggressive. Go for it here on 3rd down through the air. Quarterback delivers to his receiver. Comes down with a nice completion and a first down, and they keep that clock moving.
And he's able to find some room before they finally bring him down. 2nd down after that run on the previous play.
Well, nothing like getting positive yards here, playing with the lead late in the game and then staying in bounds to boot. It's exactly what you want to see as an offensive coordinator.
Looks like LSU has the first down.
Quarterback sees that this defense is dropping way back in zone coverage, so he does the right thing. Gets it underneath to that drag route and picks up a first down.
And, of course, they'll work the clock here, keep it on the ground. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
Chris, at least there's some positive yards there from this run game. It hasn't been pretty today. It's really, to me, kept them out of finding any kind of offensive rhythm. Now, they have the lead, but it's despite this offense not necessarily having their best day.
Finally marked out after a big game, but hold on. There's a penalty marker on the field. Let's check this out. That stings for the offense. Penalty will cost him 10 yards. Second down play coming up. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And we're able to get him down.
Well, heck, if they hadn't dug themselves such a big hole, what a positive play here, using that jet motion and that touch pass to pick up some huge yards and giving them a chance anyway of trying to come up with a first down.
We head now to the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to bleed out the clock and secure this win. Big third down play. If they can't get the stop, they have to consider calling a timeout. Offense looking to throw the ball. And that pass is hauled in over the middle. Gain moves it to the 24. That's a fresh set of downs. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. And now the handoff. He gains 9, so it's 2nd and 1. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. LSU is now operating in the red zone. Second down, we're going to throw it. And the pass is complete to the tight end. And he's run out after a big gain. The offense will be set up with a 1st down and goal.
Man, I've really enjoyed watching this guy play all year, and it's been great to see him in person today, making good decisions, accurate throws, and keeping this offense moving.
1st and goal. If they play this right, they can pretty much put the game on ice. Touchdown, LSU. This offense is still clicking.
Well, that's why you practice right there, Chris. This offense had the pressure, the game on their back. They deliver, they get a touchdown, and now make this a 2-possession game with under 2 to go. Like their odds of closing this game out.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be? From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play. So this one is tucked away. Time for victory formation. Ball is snapped, and the quarterback will just take a knee. Well, that's a great performance in a pressure moment, but now the job gets even more exciting, even bigger as they go on to the national championship game and play for that trophy.
And this is a new era. I mean, think about the weeks, the amount of games that these guys have been able to play, and to be able to accomplish this, to get to the national championship, that says everything about the endurance of this football team, both mentally and physically, and they get one more hurdle to see if they can become the national champs.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.